As an e-commerce owner, should you be A/B testing? Find out in this video. Hey, Marco here from Wonder Ads, and today I'll be talking about A/B testing. Let's dig right into it. So the first question that I would like to answer is what is actually A/B testing? A/B testing is a basic testing method when you do landing page optimization and also other tactics, which I will talk later on. Usually the name A/B testing comes from the variation of two landing pages. You have landing page A versus landing page B. That could also be later on at copy A, at copy B, and so on. So basically what happens is that the traffic will be split into two evenly amounts, and you're going to see on a very simple test which version performs better. The purpose of this is basically, I like to say, I'm not the expert, so you are not the expert, but your visitors are the experts, because ultimately it's up to your visitors to make that purchasing decision. And again, page A or version A is usually defined as the original control page, and the alternative, we call it as B. In practice, you can also have more than two variations. So you can have a third variation, for example, and then you add the C to the quotation here, ABC test. All right. And again, just to give you more background, or another picture is you can see it as the Supreme Court of data. A/B testing shows the things that are working and by how much they are working. There's a statistical aspect to it. So there are a few disadvantages and advantages to A/B testing. A/B testing is a very simple method to get started. And advantages are that the test design, it's unlike, for example, those more complicated multivariant approaches, it's way more easier to design the test. Also with the implementation, you have very simple tools such as unbounds or lead pages, for example, that can help you with the split testing very easily. Also, because the statistics behind is not too complicated, the analysis is very simple to do. On the other hand, you just have a limited number of recipes and versions or variables, so it's also you cannot really consider any variable interactions. So what I just highlighted, there are also other testing methods which are more advanced. Two to mention are multivariate testing, where you have different versions here, 1, 2. You can test multiple variants like headline, sales copy, button text, and whatnot. Exactly. And also when the setting for one variable in your test positively or negatively influences the setting of another variable, is also be indicated in this variable interactions testing. So most importantly, how can you start it? Or what you might ask, what is there to test? So there's a few things that you can test in this whole funnel, starting out from the ads, then landing pages and welcome emails as well. We focus only on ads and landing pages, but obviously if you have emails, you can also check out the open rates and the click-through rates and whatnot, and can optimize that down the way. So let's start with the ads here. Oops, my mistake. Let's start with the ads here. You can test the messaging, like the descriptions, headlines, and so on, or also different images, and see the performance to each of the ads. When it comes to landing pages, there's a lot of elements that you can actually test and you should test. Always keeping in mind it's better to constantly test new changes, like an evolutionary redesign, so to speak. That's in contrast to a radical redesign that some owners decide when they completely change the website. This is like you can only very difficult. It's very difficult to tell what changes actually translate into more or even less conversions, because if you radically redesign your website, then you don't actually know what things have a certain impact. So on your landing pages, there are elements such as headlines, offers, promotions, call to action text, images and whatnot. So to answer the initial question, should you be A/B testing for your e-commerce store? The answer is yes. You should always test, and this whole thing is like an ongoing process. So testing is the way to optimize it down the road. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Leave us a like. Thank you very much. Feedback is, as always, very appreciated. Goodbye.